welcome to another video. Today I'm going to show you a game that I played with my friend MortyMaine. In the green, he is the Hindustanis, and I am in blue as the Goths on Arena. We are playing against the red Gujaras and the orange Britons. And as soon as we saw this Civ matchup, we thought, well, if you wouldn't know it, but that's the exact Civ combination that Hera had in one of his recent videos, where he showed off a strategy of an archer civ, typically the Britons, and the Gujaras, where the archer civ, the Britons, will go fast feudal archers, and the red guy, the Gujaras, will go fast castle and make elephant rams. And the idea is the elephant rams with Gujaras attack harder, so they're going to get through the enemy base quicker, and the archers are going to be a great counter to any units that we might make in response. But thankfully, we already had that in mind. We've seen the video. In fact, we've tried it ourselves. Sometimes successfully, sometimes not. But yeah, so we were already expecting it. And we know that, well, in order for this to work out, we're going to need to do some good scouting. Well, we're not out there yet, but just now headed out to go see who's on which side of the map, and where this attack might be coming. So the reason scouting is important here is because you need to see where the attack's going to go. That way you know what to defend with. Right now, our plan is Morty is going to go with a castle of his own and golems, and I'm going to go with pikemen. The idea being that we will have pikemen for the elephant rams, because pikes have a bonus against the elephants, and then the golems from the Hindustanis have pretty strong pierce armor, so they're good against the archers. Now, I've scouted that orange is over here, and we also saw he got to feudal age very fast, even faster than me. So to me, that was confirmation. Yes, they are in fact doing this strategy. He's going fast feudal. In fact, he's making 2 archery ranges right now. Unfortunately, I can't see that. He does a good job of hiding it. But the fast feudal was a giveaway. And Morty is on stone now, so the plan is afoot. I am about to click to castle, going to make a barracks and have pikemen, and he's going to make a castle and get some golems. Now the main task is going to be to see where this attack is going to come. Again, we haven't actually seen anything, but we are fairly confident this is happening, mainly because of that fast feudal. So I am on my way to Castle Age, already making that barracks. Prioritized making that first so I could start making some army. So I took this fight against the orange scout. I tried to signal for Morty to come over there, and he's like, what, bro? What? And then, yeah, it's alright. I won that fight. Orange doesn't have a scout, but now the red camel scout is on the hunt for me in revenge. And he spots me. I don't see him, so I'm just, trying to finish the scouting, which we haven't done an amazing job of yet. I'm really looking for a villager. I'm like, where's this red villager that's going to make a siege workshop? I don't see it. And I don't see the scout either. So my waypoints had me turn around and run face first into that camel scout. So that's gone. Here come the archers. He's got 6 archers. That should be enough to just about one-shot a Vil. 4 plus 0 at the moment, so not quite, but he will soon. He's got more coming, and he'll get some upgrades. There's the villager that we were looking for, but I no longer have a scout, and Morty's scout is over here. we really don't know which way it could go. We kind of assume it's going to go against Morty because the red guy is over here, and so he'd probably make his siege workshop in this vicinity. But it could come over here and then go against me. There's really no way of knowing. I'm in Castle Age. I've actually got 2 barracks to really go hard on that pikeman production. I do not see this in real time, but I see it immediately after the fact. He's a micro nerd, so he literally went up there to shoot that pikeman in the face, or that spearman in the face. He did the same with these polar bears. So I saw the archers over here, and I said, Morty, it's coming to you. The archers are outside your gate. So he's like, sweet, I'll build a castle. Little do we know, that's not actually where the archers went. They actually went over here. I'm sending my stream of pikemen over here, or spearmen. I am getting the pikeman upgrade. My spears are all going into into Morty's area. Now, Red might have spotted that I was sending my units over here, which might have let him know that this was a better attack point. Spoiler alert, that's where they're going. Not over here. So they don't actually see this castle. Have no idea it's there. He's got 14 archers. He's in feudal age. Everybody else is in castle age. But he's got 14 archers, and now there's 1 armored elephant, or what I call elephant rams. So, I'm actually getting a little suspicious. I'm like, Morty, I'm going to put these pikes in your castle. You ungarrison them when you need them. I'm going to put a couple outside my base, just as scouts, basically, just to make sure I see something coming. And then, oh, hello, here's the attack. Here's the elephant ram. I spot it pretty quickly. So you see me react there. I'm going to pull these pikes out of the castle as well. Going to start making a bunch more. Morty's going to make the golems. In fact, he's already got 3 golems headed that way, along with my pikes. So, again, this is pretty strong because look how fast it kills this gate. This is a stone gate. And it's going down super fast. He's got two armored elephants and a 3rd in tow here. Now, we're pausing to make sure we take a good fight. They're going to get in, but we're going to make them pay once they do. I even set up this little sidewall here to make sure they run straight for the TC. Keep the pikemen out of range. He's going to try to micro-nerd my villagers here, but I get away from it. The rams go in for the TC. Pikemen try to avoid the archers. Golems straight for the archers. Perfect play. Pikeman in on the rams. He's trying to run. He's like, oh crap. This went badly. He tried to snipe these villagers. Didn't quite work out. And this is all going to get cleaned up. There's more golems out here. A couple more en route. This is all these archers dead. All the rams dead. Just some red bodies there under the TC. So we survived that perfectly. And we're like, sweet, okay. My thought is, Orange is in feudal age. Let's go attack him. His base is going to be super vulnerable. In fact, he just clicked castle. Little do I know, there's actually 14 more archers out here. Actually, 16 more archers. Holy crap, that's a lot of archers. So that'll actually kill the army I have, but all I have is pikes. Morty's going to send some golems over. He's going to make a couple of petards. And the idea is, let's bust in on Orange before he gets castle age. Let's take advantage of this age advantage that we have. Anytime you're in castle age and someone else is in feudal, you really want to try to take advantage of that difference, that discrepancy. Unfortunately, we didn't see that. Actually, they spotted the petards, and now there's villagers popping out from red. Orange saw my pikemen, and now this is a castle drop from red. So they're not done with this forward attack on us yet. We thought we might get some advantage here, but not quite. And these archers are actually doing not too bad against these golems. In fact, I don't think a single one of these archers is going to die. Not a single archer died in that. Meanwhile, this castle's going to go up. Not really any denying it. I suppose we could have used one of those petards, maybe. Petarded in the house and then got in on the vills, but, you know, that's retrospect. We were trying to get an attack in over here, and it failed. You might say it blew up. See what I did there? Anyways, Morty's got a castle on him now. Red does not realize, they still don't realize Morty has a castle here. So, I just bought 200 stone, and bought another 100 stone, so I'm trying to get a castle of my own so that I can start making Huskarls in addition to what other units I make. And of course, I'm sending villagers from the far side of my base, from the wood line, all the way to the front to make the castle, so that's my noob move of the game. Morty is making a castle here, and honestly, if Red had noticed this, he could have come over here and completely harassed these villagers and maybe even denied it altogether, but instead he's gonna just sort of mass these chakram throwers. Now, I just call them frisbees because they essentially throw these discus units. And just passing here. Don't mind the little man with the explosive barrels. Actually, he left one archer there to take care of it. Funny. So this is another batch of 23 archers headed into the forward area here. Surprisingly, Red did not abandon these villagers before that castle went up. He surely saw that castle going up. Orange is going to show off his micro skills a little more, microing down any units he finds, including these golems. Able to one-shot these golems now that they're crossbows. And get the polar bear for good measure. I see the archers going over that way, and I'm just thinking, I try to pull my units back, but I still have the gather point forward, so oops. I finally get the castle up. Gonna try to get now I'm trying to get Huskarls is what I'm trying to do. Meanwhile, all these pikes are just going to be shredded by the micro nerd over here. Morty has a elephant ram on him with the frisbee guys behind, but he's got a nice crossfire situation here. So any units that try to come in are just going to get shredded. Meanwhile, Orange is really trying to get in my base, and I can't make stone walls. But you know what? He's going to try to be a micro nerd and stop this vill, but he doesn't get it. He still doesn't see that I have a castle, so he doesn't know I can make Huskarls. He thinks, oh, I just denied that barracks. Well, I've got anarchy, and I'm already making Huskarls out of these barracks. I'm just holding them in the barracks. Came back to finish this one. Meanwhile, not much going on over here. Frisbees and rams against the walls. He does micro down a villager here. That's his first villager kill of the game. Gonna come over here and somehow notice this guy. One-shots him. I'm gonna go grab these archers here shortly because I'm massing a bunch of Huskarls. I've got 11 Huskarls to 23 archers. That should take a fight right now, but I'm trying to wait until I can get a nice surround in on him. Thankfully, it's just these archers. I'm able to garrison that TC, make him run away. Garrison this TC, make him run away. He does see the Huskarls, so I think he knows the end is nigh. He's got another batch of archers over here, 23 archers. So I tried to get the surround in here, but it didn't quite go like I thought. But did have him run into the TC fire, and it was 23 archers versus 13 Huskarls, and the Huskarls are going to rule the day. But they're coordinating very well. Now this guy's going to bring the 15 Frisbee guys back over here. I kind of screwed up my eco with this. I accidentally ungarrisoned them over here rather than going back to work, so my eco's kind of a mess. I clear up those archers. I lost a single Huskarl to those 23 archers. But now I see the frisbees are here, and I'm like, how do I get all these units out? Because the frisbees are really good against infantry. And what do I have? Infantry. I'm an infantry civ. That's pretty much all I do. But then watch this. He just takes a couple of good shots and just absolutely shreds these things. I even tried to use spread formation. Didn't help. Um, I did try to lock him in here. I'm like, look, if you want to come in here, just stay in here for a little bit. And let's have a little tango near the TC. That seems to be my only real way of killing these units. Thankfully, for me, he decided to leave. Meanwhile, Morty has clicked Imperial Age. Great move on his part. In fact, if I recall correctly, he was asking me for food, and I was just like, bro, have you seen how many pikes have been shredded? Did you see my Huskarls go down? I don't got food. But then he realized all I have to do is just idle for about 30 seconds, and I'll get to Imp. So he clicked Imp. So he's going to treb this back. In fact, this guy's building another castle, not knowing that Morty's just a minute away from Imp, so this is going to get trebbed down immediately. My thought here with the siege workshops is mangonels to fight these dang frisbees. That seems to be my only answer to it. Morty, I think, looked at the tech tree and said that cav do well against them. And they do, to some degree, if you can get... If as long as you don't line yourself up to take like full damage from all of the shots from the chakrams at once, like he did to my Huskarls over in this vicinity, then yeah, cav can do pretty good. But yeah, you have to have the numbers and you have to have a good surround. So we'll see what happens. He's massing some light cav here, 13 light cav, still 19 chakrams around here. Morty is in Imp and starting to make trebs already. In fact, that's 5 trebs in queue. He's like, he's not messing around. He's like, look, bro, your castles are gonna die. Now red has clicked Imp. Orange has arrived in Imp. I am trying to mass for a counterattack on orange. I thought, well, I killed so many archers. Like, I killed that first round that came in with the rams. Killed the second round that came in right before the chakram throwers. Surely I can, like, go in for a fight now with some petards. So I got two petards. Favorite unit in this map. And holy crap, look at those archers. 35 freaking archers. So it does eventually, yeah, he spots these petards. And that blows up on us. Meanwhile, Morty is coming out for the fight on the chakram throwers. He's actually not going to win that fight. Look how they just shred. But these castles are going to go down, which means he can't really replace them. Meanwhile, I tried to hold the door open when those Huskarls came in, but didn't quite work out. So going to get a couple of kills in here, otherwise just going to lose that army. Meanwhile, Morty is pushing this back, just absolutely destroying these castles like faster than this guy can even react. I'm still making army, nowhere close to getting Imp. I just keep making more army, so I'm never going to get to Imp in this game. Meanwhile, Morty is still tangoing with these chakram throwers. There's still 15 of these guys. Meanwhile, Morty is about to be Hussars. And if he can lure them into the castle fire, that's even better. Perfect. Yes, die to the castle and the Hussars. Now that's a good fight. Those chakrams are dead. The Hussars are out and killing some houses. Orange is going to try to make barracks. I still have not given up on the petards, okay? There's two more petards over here. I'm just beating my head against a wall over here. This wall, in fact, that I really want to bust into. Meanwhile, Morty has completely cleared what was on him and is ready to move forward. In fact, he's housed red. You see how it's blinking up there? That means he's housed. Oh, and then check this out. In order to do this, I actually have to skirt just around his vision. and bust in the side, and that's what I did here. I did try to send a couple of Huskarls here to deny these barracks. Didn't quite work out. He had great reaction time. Just checking in on the fight over there. My goal here is to pull all the army back to the back of Orange's base so that they're not attacking us at the front. Any damage I can do along the way, great. So these units are destined to die. They've got champions chasing them and chakram throwers, all of which will kill them. Got a few more here. But Morty is moving forward for a new fight, which they don't quite see this yet, but it's not going to end well. Morty is not letting off the gas. I still got... No, I finally lost the last unit in the base there. Now the fight is fully over here. Orange can't really join it yet. He's still fighting a few of my units over here. Although he does have a nice little pile of 19 crossbows over here. Actually, those are arbalests now. So he's an imp. He's got arbalests. These ghoulims are going in on the chakrams. And there's more hussar lurking in the darkness here. So the chakrams come in to try to get the rams, and they're like, oh shit. Maybe not. That castle is going to go down. And Morty's going to clear up most of these units. That's a lot of archers. There's still 19 of them after already having killed some of them. They're trying to micro. And they are actually going to win this fight. But Morty has thinned out their army so much. And Red no longer has castles. He can't make chakrams. You see this? He made a bunch of barracks thinking, oh, well, I gotta make pikemen to fight the hussars. But guess what? Gujaras don't get pikemen. They only get spearmen. Meanwhile, I told Morty back up with the trebs. I'm going to come in with the huskarls. I'm going to chew these archers up. 11 arbalests. They will die to these huskarls. Easy. Now Morty can safely move in with the trebs and the hussar. And it's pretty much game over for this dude. There's not much he can do at this point. These spearmen that he's making are not going to do much to these hussars. Meanwhile, I am trying to deny the reinforcements that are trying to come over here. I saw them; they were trying to snipe my reinforcements, so I said, "Oh, I can do that to you too." Now he's coming in for one more fight. He's got 25 champions. Going to try to bring them over here, and it's pretty good play, but because I'm not in position, I definitely don't have any units to counter that. The ghoulims will probably do okay against the champions. The hussar will do okay. But now Red calls the GG. He's lost his starting TC. And Orange just wants to do one more fight. He really wants to get these trebs. That's 5 trebs. And I think, yeah, we spot that the infantry's coming in. So we're gonna try to keep. In fact, the trebs are shooting the champions. Now they go straight in for the trebs. The hussar come back to try to defend. And from 5 trebs starting, it's probably not going to get them all. Got one of them. Got a second one. That's just about it. Not going to be able to get any more. So, those champions, the last fight there, not enough. Still got the 3 trebs. And we're going to be moving forward to his base next. So, he calls it as well. Overall, I thought this was a really great game. They coordinated very well together. Because they were deciding to attack, who to attack first, when to attack. Orange got surrounded by huskarls, which meant Red came in with the frisbees. So great coordination there, multiple attacks on me there. But Morty just had a great layout to prevent Red from getting in. After initially we cleared this out together, great play there at the beginning, because we could easily die to that at the very beginning of this game. Instead, we pushed it back. Morty got a good response to the castle drop, having 2 castles of his own here. He had 4 TCs back here, so he had a rocking eco. Um, he's only got 85 vills right now, but he rushed to that 85 faster than anybody else and was able to click Imp, tread back those castles, have the good fights with the Hussars on the chakram throwers. I think all I really did here is just distract with my pushes. I'm still in Castle Age. I just clicked the Imperial Age button there at the end of the game. So, I wasn't doing much. Morty was clear MVP on this one. And there it is, Morty with the MVP. KD had a pretty good KD, 187 to 133. Killed a ton of buildings, 37. And a big army as well. Economy, also pretty good from Morty. We had the 85 villagers at one point, at least at the end there, but he got that pretty soon. Orange did get up to 108, but it took him a little longer. I got up to 97, but it also took me longer to get there. And that first to imp was a key play there from Morty, so good recognition on his part to see what we needed to do to win that game. Pretty good one.